But let me take it across to Kunal. Kunal, before I come to your Chartbuster, just a quick word on the Nifty and what this breach of 19,500 once again would mean in an expiry week.
Well, it would of course dampen the sentiments in terms of the expiry because it's going to have a significant impact in terms of the rollovers for the next series. But the good part which I'm observing over the last 3 days for the indices is that the rollovers have already started to happen in the previous week itself for both the Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. And so far the short rollovers are slightly less as compared to the the rollovers in the previous expiries. So that generally is an indication that maybe we not be going through a incremental or a large kind of a correction on the indices. And 90,300 has been a major support. So I think till the time we float about those levels, we can probably try and expect the momentum to stabilize a bit more.
19,300 continues to be a support. Now let's talk about Chartbusters. Kunal, you've picked out Hero MotoCorp.
Yeah, it's an interesting chart. So we were discussing many of these auto names earlier, that how many of these auto stocks are starting to show signs of recovery as well as a breakout. Hero MotoCorp is also a stock which is in the potential candidate of a breakout. Now from 2018 highs, the stock which is almost at 4,000 levels over here fell down to as much as 1,500 in the COVID correction, and then the stock restricted and came back towards 3,500 mark. So if you look at this previous major highs for Hero MotoCorp from 4,000 to 3,500, and now the stock which is closer to this 3,200 odd mark, this is an indication that the stock is trying to retest its trendline resistance on the longer term basis. On the short term as well as on the medium term charts, the stock has been making a pattern of higher lows. So the earlier base of 1,500 converted to 2,000 as a support, now 2,200 as a base for Hero MotoCorp, which means that the stock is going through a contraction over here. The moment the stock breaks out of this 3,200, 3,250 mark and sustains above this level on monthly closing basis, we would expect the stock to get back into the line of outperformance. So this also indicates that the auto sector rally may not be a short-lived rally, but there could be many of the other larger cap names which could start to participate. Hopefully Hero MotoCorp could be the stock which can participate over here.
Okay, watch out for that stock in trade. By the way, the frontline index as well has come under a bit of pressure right now, but just sub the 19,500 mark is the point that I'm making. Nooresh, let's get in your take as well as to what's looking good.
So that would be a chart for CDSL. The stock has been making a dash around that 1,400, 1,410 mark for the last almost 1.5 months. A classical cup and handle formation. It topped out around 1,400 odd levels back in September of last year, corrected all the way to 900, made a recovery to 1,400, dipped back to 1,300, and now back to testing that 1,400 mark. Today, the stock came closer to 1,400, did a dip back. At current levels, a good risk reward, large volumes today compared to the last 4-5 sessions. Stock could eventually break out going forward. So a good risk reward here. Stop loss at 1340, target of 1,700 to 2,000.
Okay, let's find out the top stock recommendations as well and stock ideas that our chartists are picking out. Kunal?
I'll go with a defensive name. HUL is the first stock which I would suggest as a buy. The stock looking attractive on the intraday chart, so targets of 2570, stop loss at 2470. And L&T Finance is also one of the stock which is perched closer to a breakout of 140. So expecting a breakout pretty soon for the stock, targets of 145, stop loss at 135.
Okay, there you have it. Those are some top recommendations from Kunal. And what's looking good according to you, Nooresh?
So being defensive against a buy on Power Grid, which has been holding on. A stop loss at 202, target price of 220. Second is a buy on CRISIL, which has broken out. Stop loss at 4,100, target price of 4,700.